Mhm. Next. Next. So I think we discussed about this particular process, right? We stopped up to here in this slide, research
Yes.
process. So research idea, it starts with research idea, and then next it will go ahead with the review of literature or literature review, then theoretical formulation of the research problem, then empirical research questions, then after that which we are going to be come up with the research design, then after research design, data collection. Once data collection is over, then data analysis, then data analysis is over, then answering the empirical research questions and theoretical interpretation of the results, and the comparison with the earlier research and conclusions. So if you know this process, then it is easy to you to do your project work, and even all these concepts which was included in your syllabus copy. That's it. Your BRM syllabus itself is talking about all the cycle. Okay, so we are discussing research idea and even designs and even types of research in the first unit, a review of literature and the problem identification, and even different types of concepts which related to problems, and even hypothesis related oriented one, objectives, how you are going to be frame, all these included in the second unit. And third unit which we are talking about data analysis related oriented one, right, or data collection related oriented one. And even the fourth unit, then how to use different types of techniques, univariate, multivariate and bivariate related oriented on. Last unit which is results, or how you are going to be present your research report. Okay, so if you understand this concept, then it is easy to you to do your project work, and even entire this process is talking about your BRM subject itself. Okay, so see, same points which I'm explaining here more clearly. Selection of research problem. Okay, so usually what happen, though I'm talking about here research idea, so you need to get first initially research problem, right? So I gave n number of examples in the previous session, right? Maybe a COVID related, or maybe marketing guy, he want to know about different types of customers, why they are preferring online and why they are not preferring offline. And if it is a finance student, then you want to know about economical conditions, or maybe why share market is fluctuating, what is the reason behind that. And if it is HR, then how about employee may react in different situations, then how to motivate employees. So many related, right? So you need to identify that particular problem. Okay, so once if you identify a problem, fine, then next step which is extensive literature survey. So it's vice versa here. So to identify research problem, you may go ahead with the literature survey, or once if you identify your problem, then based on that you are going to be collect some data, and even still you are getting some information which related to that particular problem, and what exactly other researcher did, and what his conclusions, and based on that you are going to be work. Okay, you are going to be find out even more gap which is not done by the previous researchers. That is your research problem. It may become your research problem. Okay, now after that what we are going to be do, we are going to be make hypothesis, right? So we are going to make hypothesis, right? Maybe a null hypothesis, an alternative hypothesis based on your objectives. Fine, clear. Now after making hypothesis, then preparing a research design. So you are going to be create your research design, right? So research design which is a planning. Okay, so indirectly research design we may say about it's a planning. So what you are going to be do here, then what is your population, what is your sample, and what type of data collection you need to implement to collect the data, right? So entire thing which is which talks about here. Now once if you decide your sample and how you are going to be collect, and you come up with a one particular plan, then based on that you are going to be work on sampling, right? Sample size determination, how to determine the sample, right? So you are going to be work, is it primary data or maybe secondary data, to collect the data which you are depending, right? Suppose if any one particular person is depending upon primary data, right, then they may get data by using maybe a questionnaire, right? Or maybe suppose any researcher may depend upon the secondary data, then they may depend upon any published related information, right, which is already published. Okay, so once if you collect the data, once if you are decided your sampling area and how it is going to be collected, then you are collecting the data by using these instruments. So once if you collect data, either maybe primary data or maybe secondary data, then you are applying data analysis. Even how many of you remember in my previous class I said to you, right, in the questionnaire, which we are going to be prepare the questionnaire based on 4 major important elements. What are those 4 important elements? Which is nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Nominal and ordinal is also called categorical variables. Interval and ratio is also called metric variables. So based on these 4 measurement scales only, which we are going to be identify which type of test we may apply, right? So you may not blindly apply t-test or maybe a correlation or regression or maybe a ANOVA or maybe any other one, right? So there is a logic behind that. Even in the coming classes, right, maybe in third unit, maybe I'm going to explain to you how it is going to be identified. It will be added advantage to you when you are doing your project work in the final semester. Okay, so once if you analyze the data, right, then based on the analysis, then you may get some output. So what is that output? Which is maybe you applied correlation, maybe you applied regression, maybe you applied factor analysis, maybe you applied t-test, maybe you applied paid sample t-test, or maybe you applied ANOVA test, or maybe you applied any other statistical technique. Then based on that you are going to be get value and you are going to prove a hypothesis, right? So how it is going to be proved, even I gave basic information to you. It depends upon alpha value again. So if the value is less than, right, then you are going to be accept alternative hypothesis. If it is greater than that, then you fail to reject a null hypothesis. So based on that you are going to be write interpretation, right, based on your results. Clear? So once if you interpret, then based on those interpretation you are writing findings, suggestions, conclusions, and even future research, and based on that you are preparing a report. Chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 review of literature, chapter 3 research methodology, chapter 4 data analysis, chapter 5 findings, suggestions, conclusions, and maybe sometimes few people may go ahead with the chapter 6 also, which is conclusion exclusively in chapter 6. Then bibliography and your questionnaire or annexure, which you are going to be implement, or plagiarism report end. So this is about your project report which you are doing. So this process which we are doing, right, so this is called research process. Even if it is MBA student, he is going to be do in a limited way. If it is a thesis work, maybe somewhat 60 to 70% they may extend. And if it is any scientific related or maybe any social related or maybe any type of problem, then research work will go in this process only. So it depends upon the nature of the problem. Procedure may change, but overall process may look like this itself. Do you have any questions as of now? Any questions? No? So hope you understand research process. Any one of you respond? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now we have one more important terminology or concept in your first unit, that is called research methodology. Okay, so hope I already explained to you, but let me explain what is this research methodology. Okay, so see, it simply refers to the practical how of any given piece of research. Okay, research methodology simply refers to the practical how of any given piece of research. So how we are doing that. Okay, you should have an idea. As of now, even I say it to you, right, research methodology may consist of your sample size. Research methodology may consist of your method of research, how you are going to be collect the data, right, and what about your population, right, then how about your sample size, right, and what type of techniques you are applying, and everything which is called a planning. As of now, even I say it to you, right, research design. Same thing which I'm talking about. Research methodology simply refers to the practical how of any given piece of research, or more specifically it's about how a researcher systematically designs a study. How systematically you design a study is called research methodology. you systematically prepared how you are going to do your research work. That is called research methodology. Okay, so you prepared one particular information before going to do some research work, right? You should have in your hand. If I ask what is your sample size, then definitely you may say about that 150 or 200 because you are an MBA student. Then immediately I may ask, is there any proof that to take only 150 or 200? Yes, for that also we have sample size determination, Glenn sample size, which we have, which even PhD thesis, PhD people also, those are doing thesis work, that depending upon this only. But in the MBA level, no one will ask you. So if you choose only 150 or 200, on what basis you are choosing? But in a thesis, those who are doing thesis, then definitely their guide may ask them, so on what basis you chosen 150 or 200, like that. So there is a logic behind that. You should have a systematical design to do your research work. Okay, so it is about how a researcher systematically designs a study to ensure valid and reliable results that addresses the research aims and objectives, right? Now, before starting your research work, obviously you are going to be find one problem, then based on that particular problem you are going to be write your objectives. Then that, to meet those objectives, right, you are creating one systematic process or maybe design which is readily available. Then based on that design or based on that step-by-step process which you are working and giving a solution to your problem. Okay, so moreover, and what is this research methodology? It more clearly says about that. Even I gave example very recently, what data to collect and what data to ignore. Okay, now see, MBA perspective, let me give an example. Maybe suppose, let me take an example of marketing guy. Suppose he want to know about how many people are interested to buy through online, why they are not interested to buy offline. Okay, so you should know what data to collect and what data to ignore. Okay, suppose you thought to know about how many people are using Apple mobile phone, and even that too not offline, how many of them are buying through online. Okay, so it is not necessary to collect the data which is related to MI, which is related to Samsung, which is related to any other, because you are specifically saying about that, yes, my research problem is youngsters are preferring more this Apple mobile phone, and that too they are not buying offline, they are buying online. This is your assumption, that, or maybe a problem. Very clearly you decided. So your target should be to collect the data which is related to Apple mobile phone, not related to MI, not related to Oppo, not related to Vivo, not related to Samsung, not related to any other brand of the product. Is it so? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what data to collect and what data to ignore. Okay, and the second one, who to collect it from. Okay, this is called sampling design, as I already said to you. To whom you are going to be collect the data is also most important one. As I said to you, based on this particular example, my study is on Apple mobile phones and those who are buying through online only, and that to youngsters. Now my definition here, youngsters means those who are above 18 to 25 years. Now any one of you can please tell me, my sample or customers base or data collection, is it less than 14 or above 25 or between these two? Any one of you? Between 15 and 25, that's it. If it is 26 years, either maybe a boy or girl, those sample size is not included in my study because I already decided. Clear? Who to collect it from where you are collecting, it is called sampling design. That is also included in the research methodology. And how to collect it, this is called data collection method. Then I say to you, right, in the third unit I think you have, which is primary data and secondary data. Okay, so to collect the data you have to depend upon either maybe any other form, which is either maybe a primary data or maybe secondary data. Okay, or maybe primary tool or maybe secondary tool. What is that primary? Best example, which is questionnaire. Obviously, if you're a marketing guy or maybe a finance guy, if he is depending upon primary data, then obviously you need to collect data through either maybe a questionnaire or maybe a Google form. Right now, everyone is preparing Google form itself because it's easy. What do you mean by Google form? I think you know. Is there anyone? What do you mean by Google form? Online data collection method, right? So on paper, you will write your questions, and the same questions which you are entering into the, you are creating a Google form, and you are sending that link to your friends, and wherever they are, or maybe they are traveling, or maybe they are in watching movie, just they may open that link, and you are going to get the same questions, and once they fill, then immediately you are going to get that answers. It is easy, right? So how you are going to be collecting data? This is called data collection method. Either maybe a primary data or maybe secondary data. Okay. So we may depend upon either maybe primary or secondary data. Primary, which is first-hand information. Secondary data, which is readily available, which is already published. Now suppose you are referring book, or you are referring company data, or you are referring maybe balance sheet, which is already published, or maybe profit and loss account, right? So all these are which is secondary data. So how to collect it? Is it primary or secondary? Okay, data collection method. It is also called research methodology, which is a sub part in the research methodology. Okay, and how to analyze it? This is called data analysis method. Okay, now I say to you, see, I'm talking about 4 important things here, right? What data to collect, right? And to whom it is going to be collect, and data collection methods, how you are collecting the data, and how you are analyzing. So if you answer all these questions which you are talking about research methodology itself, your sample size and your techniques, data collection methods, right? And even data analysis methods. So we have different types of method. I think maybe in the first semester you studied statistics, right? One way, which is one sample t-test, 2 sample t-test, paid sample t-test, right? And even you work out on correlation, regression, and even time series, and even ANOVA, factor analysis, and so on, so on. So we have n number of methods. So which one is suitable to your problem, which you are going to be apply suitable method, and based on that you are deriving answers from that. So if you're talking about sampling design, if you're talking about data collection methods, if you're talking about data analysis methods, which is all we are indirectly talking about research methodology itself. So what is research methodology? How a researcher systematically designs a study to ensure valid and reliable results that address the research aims and objectives. Clear? Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, please ask me. Any questions? Respond at least yes or no.
No, sir.
Sorry?
Fact, which will talk about facts.
Which will talks about facts. Okay, what type of facts?
Like it's not, it's all related to science, sir. Like science always
Exactly.
talks about
Sun
facts.
rises in the east.
Yeah.
Sets in the west. There is a proof, right? It's clearly we are talking about, and the scientific proof is there. When you want to talk anything, right, then you need to prove that with the help of science. Then it is called a scientific method. Okay. Now even we know very well about that. Suppose if anyone suffering with the fever, then people may say about that, yes, please take paracetamol. Okay. Once if you take paracetamol, then by default, right, maybe by after evening, or maybe after 2 hours or 3 hours, maybe your temperature is going to be down, because some chemical reactions was happened in your body right? Because of something viral fever which you are suffering, by taking that particular tablet, and it is giving some scientific reactions, right? And because of that you are going to be get cured. Okay, so see, scientific method which we are discussing now. Okay, now let me give an example to you, right? So before going to talk about the scientific method, right, I'm showing you here the 4 important plants here, A, B, C, D. Okay, now maybe in your childhood, or maybe even I did in my school, right? My science teachers told me, please plant one seed, and take 3 pots. In 3 pots, seed uh, put seed in the 3 parts A, B, C, right? In one part, don't give anything, right? I mean to say about that, don't pour water, or maybe don't provide sunlight. And the second one, pour water, don't provide sunlight. And the C or maybe D, right, give everything which is required to grow: water, sunlight, and even some other thing to grow. Then any one of you can please tell me which plant will grow. Is it A or B or C? C only, because to grow the plant, which we required water, which we required sunlight, right? Hope maybe we studied in the childhood itself, in the science class. Our teacher told us, right? Clear? So scientific method. So what is scientific method? Scientific method is a set of prescribed procedures. It has a prescribed procedure, right? A systematic process is there. When you want to plant any seed, it has certain systematic procedure. Okay, if you throw and if you pour water somewhere, will it grow? No, right? So the scientific method is a set of prescribed procedures for establishing and connecting theoretical statements about events, for analyzing empirical evidence, and for predicting events yet unknown. This is a standard definition for the scientific method. So what is scientific method? Scientific method is a set of prescribed procedures. Is a set of prescribed procedures. It was already there. And I think, hope maybe you did this particular one, litmus paper test. How many of you know?
Yes, sir.
Litmus paper test. And even we used some test tubes, and we added some chemicals in the chemistry lab, right? And if it is going to be form some rings, right? We did some, right? Some process. It's a prescribed process. So you need to pour a drop by drop. At one point, it is going to be form certain ring. We did in a chemistry labs. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Albumin test.
Yes,
sir.
exactly. Right? So
Benzene ring.
yeah, good. So the scientific method is a set of prescribed procedures for establishing and connecting theoretical statements about events, for analyzing empirical evidence. Okay, so for analyzing empirical evidence and for predicting events yet unknown. So based on that, we are going to prove, yes, by providing sunlight, by providing water, by providing required chemicals to grow the plant, then only plant is going to be grow. Otherwise, it is not going to be grow. So we are proving that. Okay, and even I gave same example. Right now, every country is waiting for the vaccine. And each and every pharmaceutical industry is also trying, and each and every country is also fighting, because they may get name. Why they may get name? Because first country who invented the vaccine for the COVID, then it will be listed in the history. So which is why pharmaceutical industries and countries, and even each and every country is striving and even fighting, and even they're working on that. So on different level, one country says about that, yes, we are ready to release, and one country says about that still it is in the last stage, and one country says about that we did clinical trials, right? So once if you do all these things, then based on the results, then only we are going to be implement that any vaccine, right? Or maybe any chemical related oriented one. Okay, clear? So hope you understand what is scientific method with this definition. Yes, or no? If you have any questions,
Yes, sir.
now, so let me explain to you characteristics of the scientific method. Okay, as you know very well about that scientific method, which is has certain systematic procedure, and based on that we are going to be show some empirical evidences, and which yet unknown, right? The characteristics of scientific method, which is an objectivity, right? We have certain objectivity. First characteristics of scientific method, objectivity. So what is that objectivity here, right? So we are getting something and we know very well about that, either maybe a positive or maybe negative, yes or no, right? So let us take an example. If you pour a water and if you're providing sunlight and if you're giving something else, then definitely that plant has to be grow. Okay, so we'll get to know that something is going to be happened after 2 days or 3 days. So certain objectivity is there. So first important characteristic of scientific method, which is objectivity. Now second important characteristics, which is verifiable. Now when you are doing any scientific related research work, so you have to verify, right? First day we will verify, second day we will verify, third day we will verify, fourth day we will verify, and fifth day finally we are going to be get that seed is starting growing. Clear, right? So verifiable is the most important characteristic in the scientific method, right? And even one more, ethical neutrality. Okay, so hope maybe you know very well about that. Ethical neutrality means when you're doing any research work, you should have certain ethical principles, right? We know very well about that. Cyanide will be used for the both the purpose. Cyanide will be used for the good purpose, and at the same time cyanide will be used for the bad purpose also. And we know very well about that. Nuclear bomb invented for the one purpose, but whereas the nuclear bomb used for the other purpose. Okay, so the characteristic of scientific method, one more, which is you have to be, as a researcher, you should follow ethical neutrality, right? And the fourth one, systematic exploration, right? So as I already explaining to you this example, plant related oriented one, right? First day which you are exploring something, second day which you are exploring something, third day which you are exploring something, fifth day which you are exploring something, by doing that research work. Okay, so the one more important characteristic of scientific method, which is systematic exploration. Reliability is also most important characteristics. What do you mean by reliability?
Dependency.
Dependency. I may say accuracy. How far you may rely. Now I may say about that. If any one particular person suffering with the fever, if I say please take paracetamol, right? Then will you rely on that? If I take paracetamol, then definitely after 2 hours or 4 hours my temperature is going to be come down, right? Hope you understand. Reliability, how far you have an accuracy by taking that particular medicine or by doing that particular one, how far you rely on that. Okay, and precision, accuracy. Now let me ask you one question. If you are doing any pharmaceutical research work, let me take an example, right? Sunil sir started one pharmaceutical company, and I found one medicine, and I said, if you use this medicine, I may give guarantee only 50%, remaining 50% no guarantee. Will it acceptable?
No, sir.
Why? Why it is not acceptable?
50%.
Because it's a health related one, right? If it is any medical related or medicine related, you should give 99.99999% accuracy. If you say 90%, that means 10% failure. So 10% failure means it's a big loss, which is why pharmaceutical industries always strive for accuracy 99.99%. Even though if they get 90%, they may not accept. That means indirectly they are saying about that indirectly they are saying about that 10% failure. So if it is any pharmaceutical industry, right, if they are doing research work, accuracy should be 100 or 99.9999%. Even still that 0.001% they will try to get 100%. So one more important characteristic in scientific method, that is accuracy, precision. I gave this example, right? Kalpana Chawla about to reach to ground, but within split of seconds, what happened? What happens? I think, hope you know the name, right? Scientist Kalpana Chawla. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So see, split of seconds, accuracy failure, and gone. We lost. So if it is any scientific related methods, right, most important one, reliability and even accuracy, right? And one more important characteristic of scientific method, which is abstraction. So what is that abstraction? Which is concept or idea. So your idea has to be new, novel, and innovative. New, novel, and even innovative. And this is also one more important characteristic of scientific method. And the last one, which is predictability. You should be in a position to predict whatever the research work you are doing by using this scientific method. Okay, so as of now we discussed what is scientific method and characteristics of scientific method, right? So what are those characteristics? Objectivity, verifiable, ethical neutrality, systematic exploration, reliability, precision, or also called accuracy, abstraction, concept or idea, and even predictability, right? You should be in a position to predict what is going to be happen. Then if you are not in a position to predict, then at least you should reach that 95.95%. Okay, forecasting. Now hope everyone knows about that. This situation, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, heavy rains, even both the states, Telangana and even AP. So because of that, we got that even accuracy is there, and even reliability is there, and even whatever the department which they predicted is exactly true. Now we are facing that. Fine. Now some more important concepts in this scientific method. So you should know the basic elements of scientific method. So there is a three elements which is called empiricism, determinism, and skepticism. Okay, so what is this empiricism? The notion that inquiry is conducted through observation and knowledge verified through evidence. This is called empiricism. In a scientific method, which we are depending upon three basic elements. What are they? Empiricism, determinism, and skepticism. So what is this empiricism? Inquiry is conducted through observation. Inquiry is conducted through observation and knowledge verified through evidence. This is one key element in the scientific method. And the second element in the scientific method, which is determinism. So what is this determinism? Events occur according to regular laws and causes. The goal of research is to discover this. In a scientific method, so you should discover that. It is mainly a notion which is that events occur according to regular laws and causes. Okay, hope you understand determinism. The goal of research is to discover. Researcher has to discover what is the cause behind that. Okay, skepticism. The notion that any proposition is open to analysis and critique. So three important elements in the scientific method, which is first one, empiricism, determinism, and skepticism. So what is empiricism? Inquiry is conducted through observation. So by doing observation, you are collecting some data, and based on that, right, you are verifying and giving some evidence by verifying. That is called empiricism. Determinism, right, which is the notion that events occur according to regular laws and causes, right? The goal of research is to discover this. So why it was happened? What is the reason behind that? Okay, now we know very well about that. Tsunami happened. Then once tsunami was happened, then most of the people studied very well what is the logic behind that. So in the sea, maybe a plate was moved up and down, because of that tsunami it was happened, right? It is called earthquake in the sea, not on the earth, right? So some plates was changed and abruptly changed in the ground level and the to water. Then because of that, which is tsunami was happened, right? So you need to find what is the cause behind that. Then skepticism, the one more basic element of the scientific method, the notion that any proposition is open to analysis and critique, right? So as a scientist or as a researcher, you should know, right, how it is going to be analyzed and what is the reason behind that to happen that particular problem. Then you have to be find out the solution for that particular problem, and you are in a position to critique that particular problem if any researcher was not given accurate answers to that particular problem. Okay, so as of now we discussed what is scientific method, and we discussed the characteristics of scientific method, and we discussed the basic elements of the scientific methods. Any questions? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No? Fine. Now see, so the scientific method which has certain process. Okay, so see, same which I have already explained to you, which is research process. It is also look like similar, but based on the scientific method it is going to be different. Okay, so first what we are going to be do in the scientific method, we are observing. What is that? What do I see in nature? Right, questions which I have raised here, right? This can be from one's own experiences, thoughts, or reading. Now see, if I show you any one particular picture, based on your attitude, based on your behavior, based on your perception, you are going to be perceived in a different way. Yes or no? For me, Sampurnesh Babu is a famous actor. But if I ask the same question to you, why Sampurnesh Babu is not a famous actor to you, you may say about that, what is there in Sampurnesh Babu, sir? Sampurnesh Babu is only comedian, not a great actor. Your perception is that, but my perception is a great actor. Is there difference? Is there, right, person to person? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if I say maybe I like Nike shoe, but you may say about that, no sir, I don't like Nike shoe, I like Reebok. Yes or no? So because your perception is different towards the one particular brand, one particular product, or one particular object. Same thing in the scientific method is also the process which goes like that. Make observations person to person, how you are going to be perceive that. So what do I see in nature? Right? Clear? It is own experiences, or maybe thoughts, or maybe reading. Then think of interesting questions. Then based on that, you are going to be come up with certain questions. Why does that pattern occur? Now hope we know very well about that. If it is rain is falling at the same time, even sunny, then obviously what happened? Maybe it is going to be form rainbow. Yes or no? Right? So VIBGR. So definitely small children is going to be asked a question, how it is going to be formed. There is a scientific process is there to form that. Yes or no? So think of interesting questions. Why does that pattern occur? That is what you are doing even in the scientific method. Now once if you think or coming up with the different types of questions, right, then based on that you are formulating hypothesis. So what is that hypothesis which you are assuming? Maybe because of this it was happened, maybe because of this it was not happened, maybe because of this reason it was happened, maybe because of this element it was happened. So your assumption or maybe statement. So you are stating one statement. How many of you remember first day I said Sohail is a good boy? That is my statement. Then to prove that, then again I need to work out then what is his behavior, what is his attitude, what is his how he is behaving with the other people, and how about his daily routine life. Then based on that, so many things, then I may say about that my statement may be wrong or may be right. Okay, so formulate hypothesis. What are the general causes of the phenomena I'm understand or I'm wondering about? So you are framing that statement. Then you have to prove that. Maybe it may disprove by using any statistical method. Then develop testable predictions. So you are in a position to develop testable predictions. In my hypothesis is correct, then I expect ABC. Okay, so I may expect something written or positive or maybe negative, something else. Then once if you develop testable predictions, then gather data to test predictions. So how many of you are understanding? Indirectly, I'm talking about research process only here in the scientific method. I'm talking about research problem. I'm talking about research questions. I'm talking about hypothesis. I'm talking about collecting of data. I'm talking about applying some tools. Then based on that, interpretation, finding, suggestion, conclusion. Same thing. But terminology is different here. Okay, gather data to test predictions. So you predicted something. For that you have to get some information, right? You should get some information. So how you are going to get the data? So gather data to test predictions. I say to you, relevant data you have to be collect. Either it may be literature review, either it may be from customer, or maybe new observations, or maybe formal experiments, or maybe any other form which you are gathering data or which you are collecting the data. Either maybe you're depending upon primary or maybe secondary sources. Then once if you get that data, then refine, alter, expand, or reject, or again. Suppose if you are not happy with the data, then again you are going to be refine. If you are not happy with that collected data, then you are going to alter that. Then even you want more data, then even you will collect more data from the different review of literature. And even the sufficient data is not matching or prove your problem, then you will reject. Again you are going to be collect the data. Then again it is going to be repeat. Once if you satisfy here, then only you are going to be go ahead with the develop general theories. So you gather the data based on the predictions, then based on that which you are developing general theories, right? You gathered and you applied some test, and based on that you are going to be get some results. So based on that results you are developing certain theories. We know very well about that Newton laws, or maybe all scientists, right, which they developed certain theories based on proofs, right, based on gravity, on so and so, even n number of examples, right? Maybe you studied up to 10th class in a science classes, right? So general theories must be consistent with most or all available data and with other current theories. Okay, so if you are not satisfying with that, then again you are going to be observe something why it was happened, and it will go repeatedly. It will go repeatedly, again and again. That's it. Again, new researcher may come here, and previous researcher said this one, no, he did not cover this. Then that not covering point which becomes your new a problem. Then again, based on that you are going to be frame a new questions, and based on that you are going to be come up with the hypothesis, and again you are going to be test predictable, you are testing that predictions, and based on that you are collecting the data. Then once if you collect the data, then again you are applying some statistical tools. Then based on that statistical tools, then you are developing new theory. Then if it is new theory, then if it is proposed, then everyone will accept. Suppose again if few people are not satisfied and they find some gap over there, then again it may become a new observation. Then again it will start. Again it will start. Okay, any questions? Do you have any questions? Himaja, Saumya, Shirisha, Shravani, and who is this? Roll number 30. Vani, 20. Sorry, Vani. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
No? So let me ask you few questions. What is empiricism?
Observation, inquiry of observation, knowing the knowledge through
Evidence.
evidence.
Evidence. Okay. So what is determinism?
Occurring of events through laws and goals of research.
Causes.
Laws or causes.
Causes.
Okay. What is skepticism?
It is a proportion to open to analyze and critique. Critic.
Okay. So what is scientific method?
Scientific
Set of prescribed procedures.
Prescribed procedures. Process.
Prescribed procedures for
Establishing and connecting theoretical statements.
about
Events, for analyzing empirical evidence, and for predicting events yet
unknown.
unknown.
Okay. So in the today's class, which we discussed about, right, what is research methodology, right? So research, I'm getting the other side. Who is that? Okay. What is research methodology? What do you mean by research methodology? Systematical design for a study to ensure valid and reliable results that addresses the research aims and objectives. Okay. So it includes
what
data to collect,
from whom you need to collect,
exactly,
and how we need to collect, and how
How-
to analyze.
How we need to analyze.
how we need to get the data, and how to analyze the data.
Analyze that.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So we'll discuss rest of the concepts in the next class, right? So we'll stop here itself. So we have even two more important concepts in the first unit, that is types of research and research designs. Okay. So
Put this PPT after that topics are done.
sorry.
You will forward this PPT after this all topics are done.
Yes. Most probably tomorrow I will complete. Then tomorrow I will forward this PPT. So my procedure is like this. Let me finish unit. Then after that I will forward to you PPTs.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So that you may prepare.
Okay.
Clear? Fine. So when we have our classes tomorrow, I will intimate to you through WhatsApp. Okay. Let me check my timetable. Then based on that, I will update to you. Okay. Through WhatsApp. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Good day. We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Right.